We're blessed, man. Sacramento has been so loving to all of us, but to be able to come back and try to change the narrative and do something that, we got so close to is, it's life altering. For me, it's therapeutic. It's something I need, I'm going to be quite frank with you guys. So, yeah, it's really a good time to see those guys.
It seems like a lot of emphasis on pace, something you mentioned yesterday as well. How much are you focusing on that with the conditioning for this camp?
Our narrative from, myself and Scott B is we're going to be the best conditioned team in the NBA. One of the top ones for sure. So trying to figure out and them buying into that has been a message that they've received, since I took over and Scott was the general manager. So it's just all about us being willing to give of ourselves, and it's tough. Conditioning is not for everybody. And then being in the conditioning to be the best conditioned team in this league definitely ain't for everybody, but it's what a Sacramento King is about.
How do you see Dennis getting acclimated with everything?
Man, Dennis looks like he's been here his whole life. It's not hard when you're that good. I mean, the kid, he understands how to play. He's a winner. He plays the right way. He moves the basketball. He plays defense. He's not afraid to talk to his teammates. Like I told you guys yesterday, everything that I was looking at him to be is what I'm seeing out there on the floor. So I'm really, really pleased.
Will you go a full week of 2 days?
Why you all in my business? If you come back tomorrow and we had 2-a-day, then we had a 2-a-day.
I guess it was building up to like week to week, like with conditioning in mind. I guess how things.
Conditioning isn't about 2-a-days. It's about getting at it when you get on the floor. So, tonight we have a 2-a-day, and we'll see from there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you see an evolution of what you want to implement for these coming weeks? Like, will it look similar each week, or do you anticipate adding little wrinkles as camp goes on?
Yeah, part of, in my opinion, I continue to evolve too, because you have a vision in your mind of like what you think, but then when they get out there, it's like actually what is. I always think like get good at something before you move on, and sometimes I think that you move on too fast. So it's about mastery and how much mastery can we get before we're gonna put in stuff, but at the same time we need to understand the principles of slipping and setting splits and timing and those type of things, and that's where I always say I want to teach them how to play, not how to run a play.
You mentioned Dennis and defense, and when you talk about picking up 94 feet, how much do you expect that, or are there other guys you want to see it from, and how disruptive can you guys be, for other teams in that way?
Yeah, I listen. That is hard, first of all, but we expect it from everybody, because sometimes they're gonna send their point guard down the floor, and then he's smart enough to figure it out. But at the same time, we want to get our defense set. So scoring the ball is good. We're gonna have to get to the free throw line, because when you get to the free throw line, you can get your defense set. So on misses, it's a little bit harder, obviously, to pick up, but we still want to make sure that our pickup points are extremely high. When we have an opportunity, dead balls, free throws, anytime that there's an opportunity to pick up 94 feet, we should be talking to the person in front of us.
That was Christie yesterday.
Realizing you're from different spots. What's that look like? Is it state secret?
No, it's not, man. But I'm just wondering where you get all your info from, bro. Like, okay. No, seriously. Previously he's been in the dunker. He's been at the top of the floor. And in my opinion, that leaves the big that's guarding him in the dunker and in the middle of the floor. And I just want, Domas is talented, man. And Drew and those guys, they can play make. Max can play make. Like, the ability to move a big around the floor and play to his tendencies. What's the tendency of a big? The tendency of a big is to be in held defense. That's just most bigs, that's who they are. So if Domas is out in the quad, his guy is probably not guarding him. So that allows him to be a little bit more free and catch and uphill and downhill DHO. And then if his big is on him, Well, then damn, the lane's clear. So now we got a guy who can wiggle and get downhill. So, just moving the chess pieces around the floor. And when you have somebody that has the ability to do the things that Domas does, I think that you try to take advantage of it. And to his credit, he's willing to, it is just basketball, let's be clear. It's just being in a different position and the possibilities that come with that position.
Coach Christie, as they are, Dennis Schroeder in particular, he sounds like a coach. And I know that's what you want out there on the floor. When y'all had those conversations, did they come across to you?
Yeah, because part of the couple questions that he hit me with immediately, especially defensively, was like, about squaring up the ball and different things. And similar for Rick, for me, was like he gave me the ability to do things that everybody didn't get to do because he knew that I could do some things. Well, Dennis is the same way. It's like, well, this is what we do as a team, but you have the ability to be a free safety sometimes if you want to. But previously we closed out like on the high side and different stuff, and we weren't a great defensive team, and you're closing out to give an advantage, in my opinion. I don't want no advantage. We closing out square, right in front of the person, and now you have to, my point to him was, you have to be able to understand where your help's at and all that. I get that. But we're not trying to give up no advantages. When that time comes, there'll be game plan specific and different things, but we want to close out right in front of people and be there on the catch.
Dennis said for a first day he was pretty impressed with how the group came together and seemed to gel so quickly. Chemistry was so big with you and your teammates back in the day. Have you noticed like that seamless transition with this group?
A lot of it was him, to be quite frank with you. Like when you have a point guard that moves the ball around and advances it up the floor when you're open, it makes you want to run. It makes you want to play. It makes, we in the sandbox together and we sharing toys. So it was good to see, and that was, like I said, everything. As I identify him and talk to Scott about it, like, that's who we need, and then we were able to get him, and I'm extremely happy.
Scott's talked about wanting to see Keegan be aggressive and assertive. He's in the fourth year now. Like, what are the keys to him, like, taking that step as a player?
Part of the things I talked to Keegan about is like hunting shots. To give you an example, like Doug McDermott, he's a hunter. So as soon as he's in the corner, everyone's like, hey, watch out, he's in the corner, and the whole gym shifts over. And Keegan has to learn that mentality, and it's a learned thing. It's like whenever you catch it, I want him to catch it, not catch it, and then think about shooting as he's coming there. He needs to be already thinking about it. Matter of fact, when he's in the corner, he should be thinking, when I get up there, I'm going to shoot the basketball. And that comes off to your defender, and then it sprinkles through their team. And that's important for him because when he catches it at 40% and he shows shot, the guy's probably going to rise up. Now he can put it on the deck. But when you catch it and then all of a sudden you're not thinking about shot as a defender, I'm going to snuggle up into you, and then I'm going to start taking away things, and now your teammates are like, pass the ball, and there's a trickle effect where he needs to hunt shots. And we've had the conversation, and for him, I think the number is around 10. If he can get up 10 threes, that would be a beautiful, beautiful thing. Want to see him to the free throw line more. But more than anything, like I told you guys yesterday, smile and play defense.
All right. Thank you.